A kingdom on the coast is the perfect place to find seafaring adventure, and a warrior with a special connection to dragons makes for a compelling character. At least I think so. I'm author Garrettt K. Jones, and this is the second installment of Forming Fantasy, where I'll be discussing the inspiration behind the kingdom of Mær-D'en and Gavin the Dragonmyst from my series, The Archives of Icínq-Régn. I try to make new content every week, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. I'm going to start off with the location of Mær-D'en. In early iterations of Book 1, I simply called it the First Kingdom, which was a little lame. I based the kingdom on where I grew up in California. I was 2 hours from the coast, 2 from the mountains, and about 4 from both LA and San Francisco. The structure of this kingdom is set up as what I call a triarchy. The ruling body is a triumvirate, 3 rulers that work together to guide, guard, and direct the kingdom. They have a strong agricultural economy as well as a seafaring industry. One of their strongest products is rice bread. Mær-D'en has several major cities. Because it has the best access to the sea, most of them are on the coast. The capital city is Gavin, and it has a protective wall that wraps around the entire city. The only weak point would be the gate on the northwestern corner of the enclosed harbor. The doors rest just below the surface, and someone could sneak in by swimming under them. Most of the trade and naval ships sail out of this location. Then there are Seaside and Clifton, which are known for boat racing and rice bread production respectively. In the center of the kingdom is the city of Hub, which is, as the name suggests, a centralized trade area. Lots of vendors and shopkeepers and traders selling their wares in this marketplace city. And the last city in the kingdom that is of importance is Anchor Point, a cosmopolitan port of trade on an island of the same name. It sits a half-day's sailing from the capital. Sailors from all across the world make a stopover, and the atmosphere is heavily influenced by the mix of cultures. The influence for this location came from researching the ports of Venice and Messina during the Crusades and Renaissance eras. There are 2 other islands in this kingdom, the volcanic spit of land called Îles des Fouches, and the abandoned, uninhabited hunk of rock in the middle of the water called the Dead Island. So Gavin the Dragonmyst is a main character in Book 1 and the main character of Book 2. This was a character that I introduced last month during the first episode of Forming Fantasy, and he's a character that was initially based on myself. Like most of the characters in my series, Gavin started out as a comic book superhero that I was developing between 8th grade and my freshman year of high school. In fact, much of what became the story for Book 2 was actually adapted from a short novella I wrote at the end of my freshman year of high school, so you could say I've had some time to develop the character a bit. The initial design was Street Fighter II's M. Bison meets Judge Dredd. Eventually, I adapted elements from Tommy the Green Ranger on Power Rangers to the character's costume design. However, when it came to writing the series, I found that the best version of the character I could develop was someone who operated like oft-seen nomadic ranger class characters, a la Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. As I said last month, a lot of the character's personality was based on my desire to see myself as a hero, and Gavin was a way for me to vicariously live out certain fantasies of my own from the safety of my bedroom. Instead of having a cool bulletproof costume with a dragon theme like I had initially envisioned, Gavin wore the medieval-style clothing that would be typical for his occupation, a lot of greens and dragon colors. His pet dragon, Nex, was also a crucial element that I included. While Gavin seems like an outsider, Nex provided him companionship that would otherwise be denied a nomadic character. You can't talk about Gavin without discussing Nex, who is about the size of a cat, allowing him to perch on Gavin's shoulder. Gavin and Nex the dragon share a telepathic bond that allows them to operate in tandem. This is a special connection that allows them to grow together, and they end up treating each other like brothers, not just co-workers. And when they use special dragon magic, they can merge into a single entity called the Dragonmyst. So that's it for this month's edition of Forming Fantasy. Can't believe how quickly this month has flown by. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GKJ_publishing, and follow the hashtag 5Kingdoms. Help support me through Patreon, where you can get 24 hours early access to the vlogs plus some other sweet perks. And make sure to subscribe on YouTube and click that bell icon for notifications about new content. Have a great rest of your March.